that sucks. That went wrong because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. There's every bit of the same scenario that Marriland has poison type attacks. And I was more so worried about Donnie fighting her because I wasn't sure if she was going to have a special or a physical Lucario. I thought there was just as much chance that Lucario had Aura Sphere and Flash Cannon based on what we've seen so far. And if that was the case, then Reflect wouldn't have been enough. So Donnie and Levita fighting Marriland would have saved Guy and Reyes' life. But you know what? It's blind. I played to my knowledge of the game, and it cost me. So it was a coin flip at that point. So Reyes is the only Pokemon to have died in that fight. But Affection debatably saved Guy's life. I don't think there's any debate about it. I think Guy dies. Does he? Does Guy die? Let me take a look at that footage. I think there's a scenario. Let me take a look at that really quick. Okay, so I looked up Marriland's moveset, IVs, EVs. It's all posted online. And I did all the damage calculations. Absolutely possible to see what would happen if Affection never stopped Rock Tomb from missing. Now, if Rock Tomb did miss, which is a 5% chance, we win the battle. Reyes dies, but Guy would survive. 100% of the time. Guy would have made it out of the fight if the move missed. It did miss, but it's Affection. I don't know how that works. I could look into it, but I'm just going to pull up my big boy pants, and Affection saved Guy's life. 5%, most likely not. I could flip a coin right now or do a random number generator to see if I'd roll a 5% chance. I might. Let's talk about that for a sec. But first, let's do the damage calculations. Guy had 36 HP. Rock Tomb at -1, if it were to hit, would do 13.9% to 17.4%, which on average is 15.65% of Guy's health, which is 13.459 damage. So let's just say it would have left Guy with 23 HP. Then Lucario at -1, Metal Claw would do 12.7% to 15.1%. Metal Claw would never knock Guy out at 23 HP, unless it crit, which that's a whole new layer. But Metal Claw would not have KO'd. But I don't think the AI would have ever used Metal Claw. It would have used Drain Punch. And Drain Punch at -1 would have done 38.3% to 45.3%, which would always knock Guy out when he has 23 HP left. So it could have also used Screech. It could have used Bulk Up. But if that Rock Tomb hit and didn't miss with Affection, they both would have died to Lucario regardless. Meaning Guy's life is over in my eyes. I guess I can do one last ditch effort and pull up a random number generator and do a random number generator of 1 through 20. And if the number is 1, Guy can continue to live. Because I'm fine with that. I think that's a fine way to play it. We get to do a roll without Affection mattering. If this number, when I click generate, hits 1, I will keep Guy. I've done the calculations. I've figured out how the fight would work. If Affection did not happen, if Rock Tomb misses, Guy survives, Reyes dies. If it hits, they both die. And that's what we're looking at here. But I have a Google random number generator pulled up. We're going to do this together. If it says 1, that's the 5% chance needed for Rock Tomb to miss, and Guy would have survived. So let's do it. Oh, I got to tap it. Guy dies. That's how it is. We got a 12. It is what it is. I don't blame it on Affection. I did my best to patch it up, but if Rock Tomb did not miss, we lose them both. So I release all my Pokemon when they die, but since the series is edited a little differently, I'm going to release them all at the end of the series in one fell swoop. So Reyes and Guy, Joanne, Roro, and Shaban. So the only 2 left from our original 6 is Roman and D'Angelo. Sucks, but it's just how it had to go. Okay, guys, I've given this a lot of thought because the new pair that we add is going to be absolutely crucial in this team moving forward. So if we take a look at our team as it stands right now, we're set for Wake. That's the next gym leader. That's the biggest threat coming up. We should be set for Wake. We have Donnie. We have Levita. These two are pretty much perfectly handcrafted to take down Wake, and I don't even know what he has, in terms of moves. But we have a Thunderbolt user with Donnie. We have Sunny Day user and just a grass type that's going to have Solar Beam. I think Wake's fine. And the next gym leader after that will be Fantina. Donnie and Levita can't fight Fantina for obvious reasons. Donnie is weak to Ghost. Roman is immune to Ghost, but I just don't see D'Angelo and Roman having the power behind them to take down Fantina when I don't know what type of moves she's going to have. I feel like they would probably die to Fantina, and I think there would be more death on top of that because I don't think they'd deal enough damage to her team in the long run. So we really need to deal with Fantina right now. That's our first and foremost issue at hand. And then there begs the question of Byron, Candace, Volkner. We don't have a pair for any of them either. This is a really bad situation to be in. So I need to add a pair that can take down Fantina with ease and be versatile enough to fight Byron and Candace if they absolutely need to. I'm not going to worry about Volkner right now. That's a really long ways off. And it's unlikely that the 6 I'm going to have will be intact by the time we get to Volkner. And if that's the case, I'll figure something out. And I don't think the pair that I'm going to be adding is... I don't think it's an impossibility that they beat Volkner either. So, with that being said, I have decided on who I'm going to use. I need to add a male and a female to form a new pair to the team and bring us back up to 6. So, Fantina is the first and foremost question at hand. So I look in my male box, I look in my female's box. I'm not going to beat around the bush. There's really only one Pokemon in this PC box that is a surefire thing for Fantina, no matter what she has. She's not going to have a ground type attack, and there's a Pokemon that is super effective against Ghost in this PC box. And that is our Stunky Haynes. So I think Haynes will be really incredible for this because Skuntank is awesome for one thing. It gets incredible moves. It's a modest nature, which is going to take a really good use of stuff like Snarl, which will lower their special attack, which Ghost types tend to be. Gets Flamethrower, which could help with Byron and Candace. All around, best Pokemon in this PC to add to the team right now. But the problem with this is, Stunky doesn't evolve until level 34, meaning she will be a Stunky for Wake. If something were to go horribly wrong with Wake, and Levita, Donnie, Roman, and D'Angelo died, I'd probably wipe, because I would have a Pokemon that would be incapable of fighting, just being a regular old Stunky. I've been in that situation on the channel before, where I had a pair that couldn't fight, and I almost wiped, because my lead strategy didn't quite pan out, my second pair couldn't do it, and it almost got pretty badly. But that's where her partner's going to come in. So I am going to be adding Haynes, our Stunky, to the team. I'm considering changing her name to Brittany. She's named after Brittany Haynes. Everybody's named after Big Brother players. But I didn't want to name anybody after a Stunky because, it's not very flattering. So I went with Haynes because my last name is also Haynes. And I think it's funny because I don't have a sense of smell. So I thought it was an interesting irony moment. But I don't know, calling a Pokemon Haynes just doesn't quite feel right. I might change her name to Brittany. It's the same effect. Either way, we have Haynes as a Stunky for now. And we need to get her a partner. And I had a couple of options I could go with here. I need a Pokemon that's going to be capable of fighting Wake should the absolute unthinkable happen. Meaning, I can't go with a Pokemon that won't be evolved similar to Stunky. So that leaves stuff like Arven out. Obviously, he's weak to water. It would be a very bad decision to make, while Arven might not be the baddest option. I mean, they would both be weak to ground, but it would be a good Pokemon for Byron if I was too worried about that. Stuff like Brain, but weak to Fantina, absolutely out of the question. Maki wouldn't be evolved in time, also weak to ground. There's very few options in this PC box that would be great to be paired up with a Skuntank. Ellis would be really good. I would have a Fire type, would be good for Candace, Byron, they'd be checked off, and Haynes could play backup. I think Ellis is one of the best options in this PC box for looking forward ahead. But he doesn't evolve until level 40. That's too far to go. I can't wait that long. Not with Fantina coming up. It's too big of a risk. Walton would be great in previous times, but Gengar doesn't have Levitate anymore, so would not be immune anymore to ground, would share that weakness, so that doesn't work out. Brocker, weak to ground. you see where I'm going with. My first instinct was to look at Howie again. We do have a water type with Roman, but Roman doesn't have a water type move. He's not going to get a good one for a while. I could use Howie as our main water type Pokemon, and I think Howie would be really good. Howie gets dark type attacks like Crunch. I just think he's really solid for Fantina. I just don't know how he plays well for Byron and Candace. I think with Haynes, him and Haynes could beat Byron, but I don't feel good about him fighting Candace when Freeze Dry is a move that exists. So that's out, and that's the same thing with Drew. It's the same thing I was thinking about there. So it locks me out. I don't really have much to go off of here. It was either going to be Howie or Johnny Mac or Lickitung, as you've seen me avoiding talking about him. Johnny Mac is a really good Pokemon to use here. He comes with own tempo, so he can't be confused, and Fantina's Pokemon probably have Confuse Ray. It's not out of the realm of possibility. And he also has, what is it? He's a normal type, so he's immune to Ghost. I think that'll play really well against Fantina, and I think we could finesse that fight pretty well if things did start to go kind of grim looking. I think these two could work really well together with Fantina. And he gets moves like Flamethrower. He gets Thunderbolt. He gets all kinds of type coverage that would be very good, and I think if I absolutely had to, I think these two could fight both Byron, and I think they could also fight Candace as well. He gets Earthquake, too. He could fight Volkner if I absolutely had no other option. I think this is good. The only problem with this is he doesn't resist ground-type attacks in any shape or form, and neither does Haynes with fighting. But they both only have a single weakness, fighting and ground, respectively. So, while they don't complement each other's weaknesses in any form, they only have one, and I think that makes one of the best pairings that you can possibly get this early into the game. I think Johnny Mac and Haynes are going to be an absolute force, and I'm going to be adding Johnny Mac to the team. So I can evolve him pretty much immediately, which makes me comfortable in fighting Wake with him if it absolutely came down to it. Like the other four had died. He'll be a Licky Licky, he'll have Thunderbolt, but I can't make him a Licky Licky until we get to Pastoria, where the move relearner is to get Rollout. So that's going to be mission number 1. I'm going to try to get myself to Pastoria as fast as humanly possible, so I can get him evolved. And once I've gotten him evolved, I'm going to go ahead and train them up to the level of 30, and then we'll go ahead and patch up all the areas that we have skipped over the best that we can, because the level limit is 33. Some of you might point out that Wake's highest level is 30, just like Marlene, but it's not realistic to fight Wake right away, so I took the median between Fantina, the gym leader after Wake, and Marlene, which is 30 and 36, so I made it 33. I think that's the fairest way to go about it. So this is the new team. I feel pretty good about these two. I'm going to get them some ball capsules ready. I'm going to get them items, moves from the department store. Get them all ready, and we're going to make our way down to Pastoria as stealthily as possible. Operation Get to Pastoria. A Ghastly? She's a psychic type trainer. It doesn't make any sense. So, I've decided with Affection that I'm going to do my absolute best to avoid it by using the bitter medicines. But unless a Pokemon like outright survives because of it, I don't think I'm going to do what I did with Guy again. Like, I'm going to try my absolute best, but there's only so much I can do. I did a little bit of research into it, and it doubles your critical hit rate. It makes all Pokemon have 10% less accuracy, which is just ridiculous. That's how the moves miss. So that Rock Tomb actually only had 85 accuracy instead, which it's just outrageous. Like, I don't want to play like that. I'll do my absolute best to stuff medicine down these guys' throats, but if it happens again, I'm just gonna look the other way, I think. Unless it's, like, obvious that if that didn't happen, you know what I mean? But, like, even with the missing thing, it, like, takes my ability away from the move actually just missing, which I don't think's fair to me. Because it could just be a regular miss, but still say that from what I've gathered. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out as time goes on. But this is the first This is the first instance we get citrus berries. That was a little bit of a struggle to get out. But that's really cool. So I'm going to plant these immediately. and my whole team will hold citrus berries forever. I'm actually thinking on it a little more. We're going to deal with Team Galactic with Lucas first. That way I can get the TM for Fly and go back and get medicine. That is why I didn't do it yet, because I don't feel like walking all the way back to Eterna City. It's also going to cost some money, which is unfortunate. I've kind of spent a lot of money on TMs. And there's the TM for Fly, which hopefully Looker will now come and give me... Oh, yeah, there we go. No Looker. That must be a random thing. We can fly now. All right, back to Eterna City. Oh, it gives us a Staraptor. That's cool. I don't know what I was expecting. I kind of expected just a Starly, to be honest. Hello, lady. I'm here to make my Pokemon hate me. Here, Donnie. It's tasty. I promise. So, we actually made it all the way to Pastoria without running into a single Pokemon, without a Repel, or any trainers for that matter, except for that Psychic trainer. But now we can finally go to the Move Reminder. And for those of you that are unaware, I have to fight every trainer in the game. It's in my rules, you know, because it'd be more challenging than skipping just all the trainers. That's the easy way out. But I'm allowed to skip them and come back for purposes like this. Thanks for the Aguave Berry, Roman. Would you like me to plant it for you? There, I planted your berry, Roman. How happy are you? Are you excited? Can't seem to decide. Okay, I'll take it. And one really interesting thing is the Lickitung I caught had the Egg Move Curse, which could be useful in some scenario in the future. I don't know. And I taught them moves. I didn't show you guys, but I'll show you in a second. We got Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Flamethrower. Really, really original. And our Stunky has Snarl, Acid Spray, Flamethrower, and Nasty Plot. So I have decided I am going to go ahead and rename our Stunky. It just doesn't feel right sending out a Pokemon named like my last name. It feels kind of strange. So I'm going to go ahead and name... it's still going to be named after Brittany Haynes, but a different name. Her name's Brittany Elizabeth Haynes, but she has been married since she was on Big Brother, so she has a new last name. So how about we go with that one? I could go with Elizabeth. You know what? Elizabeth doesn't sound all that bad for a Skuntank, to be honest. Let's do it. There we go. We'll go with Elizabeth. All right. It works for me. It's fine. Yeah, I'm happy with this new name. I mean, it's not the first time I've renamed a Pokemon afterwards and then used them on the team, so there we go. Now that Johnny Mac has Rollout, I can evolve him. And no to bite. I think Snarl's gonna be better. And there we go. Johnny Mac, our Lickitung, is evolving. Into Licky Licky. You know what? I love it. Johnny Mac's a good name for this. I had a better name. I mean, not a better name, but a really good name for it that I thought of afterwards, but I'm not going to rename him. Johnny Mac is perfectly fine. Wow, him big. Lavasser would have been a really good name for this one. I'm not really going to go too much into depth, but he created an alliance structure in Big Brother that is really dominant, and people describe it like a Wi-Fi bar. And it writes itself. All right, now that absolutely everything is taken care of that we did skip over because of Maylene, I'm not quite done training. Elizabeth needs to go up just probably 4 more levels would be good. And then we can continue on. But while we're at it, I figure let's get our encounters that we have skipped out on so far. So we don't have a Pokemon on this route because of Spiritomb, but I found out that it's like really difficult to get Spiritomb until the post game. It's possible. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to use the Good Rod here that we just picked up and get ourselves either a Magikarp or a Goldeen. And it's going to be a Magikarp, which is actually what I wanted. Alright, Magikarp is the fish Pokemon. It is said to be the world's weakest Pokemon. No one knows why it has managed to survive. So it evolves into one of the, if not the best, greatest Pokemon of all time for a Nuzlocke challenge, which is Gyarados. So let's do a bit of a reference. Let's name this Magikarp after potentially the greatest person to ever play Big Brother. And his name happens to be Dan, which is hilarious because I've used a Gyarados on the channel before named Dan, and he's a legend. So let's name this Magikarp, not Dan, but Giesling. All right, we've got Giesling the Magikarp. And our encounter for the Lost Tower is a Murkrow. Finally, that was at least 15 Pokeballs. Why? That's absurd. Oh, Murkrow is the darkness Pokemon. It is believed that seeing this Pokemon at night will bring about ominous occurrences. So whenever I think of Honchkrow, I think of like a mafioso, like a mob boss. So when I think of that, I think of New Jersey. So let's name this Murkrow after Enzo, the Meow Meow. Should I name? Let's name him the Meow Meow. Sure, we've got the Meow Meow. So we never got our encounter for the Ravaged Path because I spent like an hour here and then found out that Psyduck is a 2% encounter. So we're just gonna get a fishing encounter instead. And the only thing I can get here is a Barboach, which is really cool. Barboach is awesome. Using a Whiscash in Sinnoh, pretty unique and very powerful as well. It's a female, that's unfortunate. I had a name from male. Alright, Barboach is the Whiskers Pokemon. It coats its entire body with a slimy fluid so it can squirm and slip away if grabbed. Okay, this is good. I was gonna name this thing after a guy named Lawan from Big Brother 13. He was an interesting fella. I think a Whiscash is just, I'm just happy to be here, I'm cool, and Lawan was just like carefree, you know, a little weird. I liked Lawan, and he's probably the dumbest person to ever play Big Brother. No offense to Lawan, it just, he did something pretty stupid. But it's a female Barboach. So I'm going to name this one after Meg Maylee from Big Brother 17. Meg's not stupid or anything. I like Meg. She is known for falling on her face on a slippery platform going up. And it just makes sense to me for a Whiscash, so I'll take it. I'm just going to name her Meg, honestly. Maylee would be fine, but Meg's funnier. So, back on the rainy Route 215, there's only one Pokemon that I'm eligible to get here still. Hopefully this is it. That is not it. This would be it. A Kadabra, or an Abra. And I really, really want this to be a male Kadabra, please. Good. Okay, I really hope it doesn't teleport, because I want to catch it. I have the perfect name for this thing, and I wanted to talk about this for a while. I just realized I don't have any Quick Balls. That would be unfortunate. We got him, nice. Okay, we caught a Kadabra. And those of you that know Pokemon know Alakazam's considered to be the most intelligent Pokemon of all time. You know, really brainy, really smart. Kadabra is the Psy Pokemon. If one is nearby, an eerie shadow appears on TV screens. Seeing the shadow is said to bring bad luck. So, I want to name Kadabra after one of my favorite players, one of my role models growing up. And this is such a cool story. He's watched my YouTube videos. It's so cool. He messaged me on Twitter one day, and we've been talking back and forth over the past couple months about Pokemon and Nuzlocke. He likes Nuzlocke. That's the coolest thing ever. I gotta name a good Pokemon after him, and he loves the original 151, so we gotta name it after a Kanto Pokemon. We gotta name it after a really smart Pokemon, because, you know, he's definitely the brainy type of a Big Brother player. So let's name this Kadabra after Ian Terry. And let's just go with Terry. I like it. All right, we have Terry the Kadabra. That was definitely the highlight so far of my YouTube career. Like, one of your role models when you were like 14 years old, you know, growing up, and then they watch something of yours and they like it and they message you and you talk about it. And that's the coolest thing ever. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's check out the 4 Pokemon we caught. We got a Hasty Magikarp with Swift Swim. All right. A bold Murkrow. Okay. I mean, that's probably fine. Plus defense, minus attack. We just run special and super luck. Oblivious Barboach with Lax. And a Jolly Kadabra. That's so unfortunate. You win some, you lose some. Alright, I am content with the training that I have done. So, Johnny Mac is now level 30. Elizabeth's level 28. I was going to use the 2 rare candies that we have to get her up to level 30. But I'm like, you know what? She's fine as is. Once it's time to train for Wake, she'll be at the right level for the level limit. So I say we start heading our way back to Pastoria, the normal way, and getting all the trainers taken care of along the way, including our encounters. I planted citrus berries there. Yeah, let's check out the Ruin Maniac's Cave. Does it say Ruin Maniac's Cave? Or yeah, it does. So I can get an encounter in here, and it's a Hippopotas. There we go. That actually didn't take that long, thankfully. Oh my god, it's a 1 in 20. I was here for like an hour and a half one time in a previous series. But we have a Hippopotas. Okay. And this is a male? Yes. Okay, perfect. Hippopotas is a Hippo Pokemon, surprisingly. It lives in arid places. Instead of perspiration, it expels grainy sand from its body. So, the first thing that comes to mind is just this really cool dude that kind of reminds me of myself a little bit. From the most recent season of Big Brother Canada. So I'm gonna name this hippopotas after Kiefer. His last name is Collison. It always reminds me of Collision and, you know, Big Hippo, Collide. You know, I mean, I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna name this hippopotas Collison. Okay, that's gonna be very difficult. I'm gonna name him Kiefer. Alright, we have Kiefer the hippopotas. That's timid. I don't understand! Well, did I do something wrong to someone? Did I hurt somebody at Game Freak? It doesn't make sense. And I guess to min-max things, I'll get a Goldeen on this route, because the only thing I can get here is Goldeen and Girafarig, and you can only get Girafarig on the next route. So let's get Goldeen here. And there one is. Okay, Goldeen is the goldfish Pokemon. It swims elegantly by flittering its tail fin as if it were a dress. It has the look of a queen. That makes me think there was a drag queen that almost played on Big Brother Canada. I don't remember his name because he never actually played, but I'd consider him a Big Brother house guest. So on Big Brother Canada 3, there was this fan vote where there were these 3 house guests that would all be locked in this room away from the house, and then viewers would watch them and vote on who they wanted to see actually play the game. There were 2 guys and a girl named Allison. Allison was voted into the house. The other 2 never got to play Big Brother, which I think is the stupidest thing of all time. But one of them was a drag queen, and this is a male Goldeen, you know, tail fin like a dress. It makes sense. So it was Big Brother Canada 2, I misspoke, but his name was Scott Bose or something? I don't know how to pronounce it. But I guess his drag queen name is the Contessa. I haven't done that much research, but let's go ahead and name this Goldeen Contessa. How about that? Works for me. We have Contessa the goldfish. The Goldeen. I was watching a lot of videos yesterday about goldfish. Okay. Oh, this is the guy with the Goldeen. That has horn drill, isn't it? Win or lose, who knows how this will go. Dude, if this guy has a Goldeen that's level 31, I'm gonna be depressed. Okay, he has 3 Pokemon. Is this just a platinum thing? Does he have 3 of them? This thing has horn drill in Pokemon Platinum. Okay, thank God. Man. I wonder if these things actually have horn drill in this game, too. That'd be... It's so nasty. Like, what's the point? I mean, I guess when Diamond and Pearl came out, Nuzlocks weren't really a thing. I mean, nobody knew about them back then. Like, I'm sure they weren't a thing back then, but I'm sure somebody did something like that, right? But, like, it wasn't mainstream or anything. I don't even consider it mainstream now. I'd be shocked if anybody at Game Freak knew what a Nuzlocke was. Because, like, obviously people know what the hobby is, but it's still incredibly niche. Like... I would genuinely be shocked if people knew, Game Freak knew and acknowledged what these were. I have no fear in my heart for you, man. What's his name? Brett? That's the first name I saw on my list. If his name is Brett, I'll be stoked. Brady. It's pretty close. Give me points. I got 2 letters. 2! See, this is where Nasty Plot comes in handy. I'm gonna sweep a poor little trainer. He's like, I just wanted to explore the route. He swept me. Imagine if Stunky had so much gas built up inside that when it got hit with Flame Charge, it was like, you know what I'm saying? It just blew the whole route up. Hello, Wormadam lady. How do you do? So this is like a very memorable trainer for me because when I first played Diamond and Pearl long ago, you know, you need to fill out your, maybe it's platinum thing. No, it is not. Okay. You need to fill out your Pokedex, right? There was one Pokemon that I was missing in my Pokedex when Diamond and Pearl very first came out, and I didn't know what it was. It was after Burmy and before Mothim, and I was like, there's a middle evolution to Mothim. And then I ended up finding this girl, and I saw Wormadam for the first time. So, Wormadam was the final Sinnoh Pokemon I ever saw as a kid. D'Angelo is level 32. I don't like this. Do I have to fight my rival right now? Is that it? I might go fight my rival and clear out the gym trainers. Like, I could do that with Johnny Mac and Elizabeth. Yeah, and then I can get everybody to level 36, clearing out all the trainers before we end up going to fight Fantina. I might have to, honestly. It's disappointing. The level limit is so tight in this game. Yeah, you know what? I decided that punk brat deserves payback for what he did to Roro and Shaban. What do you guys think? Wait, does he not? What? Is that a platinum thing? When does Barry challenge you? Did I just like sequence break the game? Barry challenges you after you leave the city? After the gym? Why? That's so stupid. He challenges you in front of the gym in Platinum. That's so much better, by the way. The Krogunk signpost is in here. Dude, Platinum is just such a good game. Yeah, I guess you gotta beat Wake. I mean, that makes my job a little easier, but I wanted to teach that punk a lesson. Donnie sweet. I guess let's just clear out the gym trainers, you know, then I can go all the way to level 33 and fighting the other trainers. Whatever. I hate doing it all so broken up, but I don't really have a choice. Fight me, kid. I'm gonna teach you a lesson because I can't take it out on Barry. Look at him. He's so sweet. He's just so happy. Like, let's go, Weasel. I love you. And I'm gonna torture this child. It's Barry's fault. Andy's fault. Andy. Nice try. My Johnny Mac, he's invincible. Don't say that word. He's not invincible. Ah, the floor has water on it still. That's cool. I don't know if that was in the originals or not, but it's a nice touch. That's okay. Johnny Mac's got Ice Beam, he's got Thunderbolt, he's got Flamethrower, and he's got Strength. Watch this. He never stood a chance. He's too good. I will say, I bring up the experience share a lot in this game, but it is an extreme inconvenience not being able to turn it off. Like, I don't feel like I've used Roman and D'Angelo in ages, just because, like, there's really no good place to do so. They're getting too close to the level limit, because they're just going to be higher up than the new Pokemon I add, and by the time the new Pokemon I add are ready, then they're too high of a level, and it's like an endless cycle. I just wish I could turn it on and off, so everybody could be the same level, and everybody could fight, and it would feel like the team's a team, instead of constantly playing experience catch-up. And you know the experience share is bad when I'm complaining about that, instead of making fun of this thing that's in front of me. I hate Wingull. My Quick Claw activates and they still have the audacity to use Quick Attack. Like, I felt pretty great. I went back when I was training up Johnny Mac and training up Elizabeth. I, fought all of the trainers. The Lost Tower, everything I skipped going to Veilstone. And I was excited. I was like, now we get to get caught up. We get to fight everybody on the way to Pastoria. No, we're doing the same thing. We're doing the gym first, and then we'll go do that, and then we'll be too high of level, and then we have to fight Fantina. And when will I be caught up? It is absolutely amazing that you can get the Thunderbolt TM unlimited in Veilstone City at this point. Normally, my heart would sink a little bit when I see a Gyarados. I'm not gonna lie, it slightly did. But it doesn't matter. Johnny Mac's just busted. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm scared now. Whirlpool Gyarados, guys. Watch out. Now, I don't want to get carried away. But Wake is normally the biggest threat in a Sinnoh at this point. Like, the biggest threat you've run into thus far. I think he's going to be the easiest. Stop talking. But, like, I genuinely believe he's going to be a joke. I think I sweep him. He's done. Dunzo'd. Over for him. Honestly, so much so that I'm just gonna fight Wake right now with Johnny Mac by himself. Let's do it. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that crazy. That is all the gym trainers taken care of, though. And I'm not even gonna go anywhere near that man, just in case he, like, starts the fight randomly for some reason. I have some trainers to clean up and things to do before I fight you, Wake. I'll be back later. Hey, Donnie, you see this bog? In the future, you could have been completely different. But instead, Donnie, we just get a rare candy. Alright, lady, you are the first in our quest of clearing all the trainers we've skipped. Dr. Footstep's house. Look at my Pokemon's feet, please. This is like... Is your name Daniel Schneider? I don't know if I'm gonna let that happen. Like, this is just so weird. Like, as a kid, you think nothing of it, but it's kind of... It's interesting, to say the least. I just nod at him like, oh wow, I'm greatly shocked. Now, one good thing I will say about Dr. Footstep is he was awfully nice. He looked at my Stunky's feet and didn't say anything nasty. He was like, these are nice. He wasn't like, these are re-rank, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they were fine. The battle backgrounds in this game are so amazing. I love the way this game looks. Like, obviously, I would have liked the remakes to be done like all the past remakes, be the same style as the current generation, so like Sword and Shield, but the game looks awesome. There's nothing bad you can say about how the game looks. The game's incredible. And Kenneth here has a Remoraid, which will be my encounter for this route. Didn't take long at all. We got ourselves a Remoraid. Alright, Remoraid is the jet Pokemon. It squirts water forcefully from its mouth to shoot down flying prey. Now, it evolves into Octillery. When I think of these Pokemon, I think of like the military, and why not name this Remoraid after the Marine? From Big Brother Canada 7, Adam the Marine Pike. So I can literally just name this thing the Marine, because they called him that. But I'm going to go ahead and name him Pike. It has a sassy nature with Sniper. Okay, I mean, it could be worse. Her name's Chelsea. Dude, that name is literally next to Adam's name on my list. You know, the name we just used for that Remoraid, right below it. Chelsea. I can't believe the name was sitting right there in front of me. All right, this guy's name is Dane. It wasn't Dane. You know, Jared could be on the list. Well, I didn't really care for him, though. He would have been a couple names up. And the first Pokemon on our team to hit level 33 is going to be D'Angelo, so she'll have to go to the PC for a little bit. Hey, some calcium. That's pretty good to find on the beach. I know who's getting that. Here you go, Elizabeth. So, one of my rules in my Hardcore Nuzlocks, and I think should be in everybody's, is I have to fight every trainer in the game. However, I don't include battles that can be rematched in that, obviously, because it would just be an endless loop. The 7-star restaurant here, there are a lot of battles in here, and while I could fight them all once, I think with how experience is going to cause more problems than necessary, and you can challenge these pretty much infinitely. They'll always come back, as far as I'm aware. So this place just doesn't exist. And my encounter for the Valor Lakefront is a Girafarig. Alright, Girafarig is the long neck Pokemon. Its tail has a separate small brain. The tail bites to repel any foe trying to sneak up on the Pokemon from behind. So I guess I'm going to name this Girafarig after someone from Big Brother 21. She liked horses. It's the best I've got. I couldn't find anybody with a palindrome name. So let's go ahead and name this Girafarig Holly, after Holly Allen from Big Brother 21. We have a naive Girafarig with Early Bird. We finally have another female. Look at this PC. It's crazy. And Roman joins D'Angelo at level 33 and wants to learn Takedown. I'm okay. I'll keep Headbutt. I could also teach him Strength now that I think about it, but I mean, Headbutt's pretty good. Only 10 power less, and it has the chance to flinch, which is really useful. So I guess it was commonplace back in the day for collectors, at least in Diamond and Pearl, to only have 3 of the exact same Pokemon. That seems to be what all of them are. And it doesn't really make sense. Like, collecting to me is having a bunch of, like, I guess the same thing. A bunch of trading cards, a bunch of this, but, well, like, they're different kind. This is just 3 Weasel, my guy. Jamal, you might need to find another hobby. Okay, I guess that makes sense. He said, but they're my favorite Pokemon. Jamal, I get it. You like Weasel. Weasel's alright. I've never been a big Weasel fan. Elizabeth must hate me. I have given her basically 20 energy powder since I've added her to the team. Oh, this guy has like a shield on or something. That's going to be kind of difficult to fight. Oh well, I've got Johnny Mac with me. This is a couple trainers left and we're done. Okay, mister, you are the final trainer, and then I'm completely caught up. You know, except for the route connecting Pastoria to Hardhome. But you have the 3 evolutions in the original, I believe. No, it's a platinum thing. I hate that I keep saying it. I really do. But I'm shocked. I'll give you that. It's a poison type as well. I'm kind of scared. Just kidding. Poison sting me. Oh no, I'm terrified. You put down spikes around my feet. I'm just going to throw a big ball of sunshine at your head. How's that sound? That's right, he's a collector. He has 3 Roselia. This is the guy. This right here is the guy, Police Officer Bobby. I called this guy's name back in my Platinum Fate Lock that I did. This is the one, I remember. Donnie, this fight is all on you, by the way, because oh, they're only level 18. Yeah, I decided to come start working on the route from Hearthome to Pastoria, since Donnie still has a little bit to go, and so does our Elizabeth. And luckily it's nighttime, so I can actually fight the police officers without having to change my clock like I did with the joggers. Okay, so let's try something out here. Let's give Donnie the amulet coin really fast. And let's see if this still works. So these two socialites, I believe the guy has a Chatot, so let's fight him first. You would rematch these guys over and over again in Platinum, and they would give you an extreme amount of money, and you could get max cash within like an hour. And, well, Socialite and Gentleman, right? So if they still give you a ton of cash, this is going to be incredible for locks in these games. I really hope it's the case. It's a little less useful in these games because you can just buy the TMs, and they're a lot cheaper than buying coins and then buying TMs, but it will be really good for vitamins and getting Pokemon some pretty good EVs without having to do a lot of weak Pokemon training. Yeah, $8,000, that's huge. That is exactly what I wanted to see. And this girl, I believe she had Roselia or something, but like they're so low level I can do it with Donnie. So as of right now, there's nothing on this route that I can get except for honey trees. I'll try to remember to slather honey on the bark. But I do want to go ahead and check out really fast Pokemon Mansion. I believe there's a Pokemon every single day that'll cycle through here, and maybe we'll get something cool today. Not sure what Pokemon's back here right now, and I don't know how to check. Mine counter for the Trophy Garden. Let's take one peek. And I'll get it later if it's something we already have. Yeah, it is. It's a Cricketune. And Donnie's level 33 now. Very cool. Everybody's at the level limit except for Elizabeth. And there's only so much that I feel comfortable fighting with Elizabeth being a lone wolf. So I'll probably just do the rest of it with wild battles. I'll probably fight these two trainers with her. And that'll be this entire little section below Hearthome taken care of. And I'll do the rest after Wake. Sounds good to me. How about we don't teach Memento? Alright, everybody on the team is at the level limit of 33, and I have fought pretty much every single trainer in the game up to this point, except for the ones connecting Hardhome to Pastoria. Most of them anyways. And that means there's only one thing left to do, and that is to take on the 4th gym leader of this adventure versus Crasher Wake. He is a monster in the originals, he's a monster in Platinum, and he's normally the first roadblock you run into, similar to Clay in the Unova region. But I think that for us was Maylene. He's very difficult normally, but I think he's going to be the easiest gym leader yet. I really do. I think Donnie and Levita, since it's really no secret who I'm using, are absolutely what I need for this gym, and I am ready with my strategy, my team is prepared, and I don't see any way that this goes wrong. I don't want to get cocky like I have before, but I'm ready for Wake, and I'm excited to do this fight. So, with that being said, let's approach Wake and get this 4th gym challenge underway.